welcome back to my channel, Luna Noir Tarot. So today we're going to continue the mini-series teaching tarot. Today I'm going to focus on the second major arcana card, the Magician. The Magician card is number 1. Last week we focused on the Fool card, which was card number 0. So the Magician is often also referred to as the Magus or the Juggler, and can in some decks appear as the first major arcana card. In my deck it's number 1, so as I will be using this deck to run this series, I decided to do it in the order that my cards appear. But just as an FYI, the Magician can also appear as the first card in the deck, the first card in your major arcana section of your tarot deck, and sometimes it even has the number 0. Most of the times I've seen it as number 1, but as I said, it's just something to be aware of. So the Magician card is, I have to say, one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck. And I'll tell you why. Because every time I see the Magician card, to me personally, the Magician is all about manifestation. He's the alchemist. He's a doer. He's a creator. He's a believer. And he has magic on his side. And I guess in some ways I kind of associate or resonate with this card. So if we just focus on the imagery to begin with, you can see that the Magician here has an infinity symbol above his head. This signifies that everything that he does, everything that he creates, is not just for the here and now. It's so much more than that. It goes beyond just creating things for the sake of creating things. And this is why I call him an alchemist and a manifester, because to manifest things, there are stages. It's a process. You know, you have to think about what it is that you want to manifest. You have to truly focus on creating and manifesting what it is that you want. You have to visualize. You know, visualization is a huge part of manifestation. The more that you can see, the more you can create. It requires a huge imagination as much as it requires, you know, having certain gifts. But quite frankly, we are all magicians in our own way. There are so many things that we dream about, that goals that we have, passions, and goals, you know, they're in everything. Career goals, you have life goals. We are creatures who are never truly satisfied. So we always have something new that we want to manifest, and every single thing that we end up manifesting, as much as we appreciate it, we then have another goal to manifest. So this is why I say, I feel like this is why the Magician card is one of my favorites, because I feel like each and every one of us, tarot reader or not, can really associate with the Magician, and all of us can kind of see a part of the Magician in ourselves. So you can also see that the Magician has a wand or a rod in his hands. He has on the table a pentacle, a cup, and a sword. So again, he is embodying all the elements of the tarot deck. all of the suits of the tarot deck, and all of the elements of life. He has air, earth, water, and fire. Also, his specific element is air, and his ruling planet is Mercury. Mercury is all about intellect, thinking, visualization, although Jupiter is more about dreams and illusions, but Mercury also, because to imagine and to think you need your mind. But Mercury does relate very closely to the mind and thoughts, and with thoughts come creations, because when you're thinking about what it is that you want to manifest, you then end up visualizing what you want to manifest, and eventually you attract it to yourself. So he is a thinker, he is a doer, he is a believer, and he has magic on his side. But to be honest, the magic comes from within. There's also yellow in this card, and I've spoken about this before. Yellow is a sign of manifestation, creativity, victory, happiness. It's also linked to the solar plexus, which associates with yellow. And yellow is also about abundance and prosperity. There's also green in this card, which relates to financial abundance, material abundance, and just nature, all the natural elements. And then you have speckles of red. It looks like red flowers. And again, red is a color of passion, desire, fire. Really having that determination to create and just gain what it is that you want. I guess manifestation again. So every time I see this card, for me, it's truly about manifestation. Now, yes, every tarot card, as I've explained, has general meanings, and these can be Googled, and you can find these if you just look them up on the internet. But to be a truly powerful and strong and what's the word I'm looking for? To be a truly intuitive tarot reader, you have to look beyond the general descriptions of a card, and you have to look beyond the general understandings and guidance of a card. Even sometimes look beyond the general illustrations of a card. I look for the smaller things, you know, like for some people, for other readers, they see the flowers and the greenery as just decoration, but I see meaning in everything that's in this card, and I truly believe that those who have designed these tarot cards have designed them with a lot of meaning, and you can truly find signs in everything. So try and look beyond just the obvious. But because I know that a lot of you who are watching this are starting tarot and you're pretty new to it, as I have mentioned before, if you've been watching this series so far, I understand that you kind of have to have something to begin with and have a basis for each card. So, for the Magician, the general traits that are related to this card are manifestation, as I mentioned, determination, resourcefulness, strong, powerful, and skilled. If you are a tarot reader that reads in the reverse, then in the reverse this card can mean deceit, lack of energy, confusion, ill intention, and communication blockages. So these are the general meanings, but to truly become a strong and intuitive tarot reader, you have to look beyond the obvious. You have to feel the card, understand its energy, and look for the hidden clues inside each and every card. And remember, when you're reading, when you're doing a love reading, when you're doing a career reading, when you're doing a general reading, whatever the focus of your reading is, the Magician's going to mean something different to every person and to each individual reading. So don't stick so closely to these general meanings, but use them to give you a leapfrog effect, so you can jump off and bounce off of these meanings to then find the deeper meanings that become specific to your reading or your person that you're reading for. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that you are enjoying this series so far. If you have further curiosities or questions about the tarot deck, about the cards that I've spoken about, or just generally about starting to read tarot, please reach out to me. I will leave my email address and my Instagram in the description box below. Reach out to me and I will be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Okay? Next week we will be moving on to the next card in the deck, which is the High Priestess. And hopefully you will join me then. Thanks for watching.